Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dig into a really fascinating story that's hiding inside a word you probably use every single day without even thinking about it. Let's just start with this one word, 3 letters, I-C-E, ice. Seems pretty simple, right? It's something you put in your drink, something that covers polar landscapes. But, well, that's really just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. You might be really surprised to learn what's hiding inside these 3 simple letters. This one word holds a clue to a much bigger idea, an idea about language, communication, and, the power of simplicity itself. Okay, so let's dive right in by looking at all the different jobs this one word actually does. Because like a lot of words in English, ice wears more than one hat. First up, we've got the most common meaning, the one we all think of, ice as a noun, as a thing. It's frozen water, the solid state of H2O. We see it in ice cubes, on frozen ponds, simple enough. But ice can also be an action, a verb, and this is where things start to get a little more interesting, because it's not just one single action. It actually has a couple of very different meanings. I mean, just think about the incredible range of these actions. You can ice a sprained ankle with a cold pack. You can ice a birthday cake with frosting. And then you have this dramatic, kind of jarring jump to slang, where to ice someone means to murder them. So how does one little word manage to do all of that? So what's the connection? What ties all these very different ideas together? Well, the answer has been hiding in plain sight this whole time, just tucked away in the word's dictionary entry. If you go to the Wiktionary page for ice, there's a single sentence. It's just a small note, really easy to overlook, but believe it or not, it's the key that unlocks this entire mystery. And here it is. Ice is on the Basic English 850 list. See, this tells us that ice isn't just some random word. It was chosen. It's part of a special, hand-picked vocabulary. And that one single fact, well, it changes everything. This note, of course, leads us to a really fascinating question. What exactly is this list? And why is the word ice on it? This is the point where our little study of one simple word just explodes into a much, much bigger concept. You see, this list of 850 words isn't just a vocabulary quiz. It's actually the foundation for an entire system of communication. The answer starts right here with this number, 850. Just think about that for a second. Imagine trying to express everything you want to say, from ordering a coffee to explaining a scientific theory, using a vocabulary of only 850 words. That's the challenge, and frankly, the genius of Basic English. So Basic English is a complete system designed to communicate pretty much any idea using a very small core vocabulary. It was created way back in the 1930s by a linguist named Charles K. Ogden, who saw it as a potential international language. And the whole point was to make global communication simpler and a lot more accessible for everybody. The goal was to give people a powerful tool for clear, direct communication, without them needing to master the entire massive English vocabulary. Okay, so with this new context, let's go back to our word, ice. All of a sudden, its multiple meanings don't just seem random anymore, do they? They feel necessary. They almost feel like they were designed. This table really shows you exactly why a word like ice is so perfect for a system like Basic English. I mean, to be one of only 850 words, it has to be a total workhorse. It's got to be flexible enough to cover everything from science to baking to, yes, even crime. So instead of needing separate words like chill or frost or decorate or even kill, the word ice does the work for all of them within this simplified system. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. It's what makes the language so powerful and incredibly efficient. So why does this simple system from nearly a century ago still matter today? What can we possibly learn from this old linguistic experiment? The big takeaway here, I think, is that simplifying our language can actually make our ideas more powerful and a lot more understandable. We often think that using bigger, more complex words makes us sound smarter, but the story of ice and Basic English shows us that true mastery is really about making the complex simple. So it kind of leaves us with a final thought. In a world that is overflowing with jargon and noise and just complex information, maybe the most radical thing we can do is strive for simplicity. What could we achieve if we tried to communicate our biggest ideas with the smallest, clearest words possible? That's really something to think about.